Freedom Global News.
National Drug Law Enforcement Agency inaugurates first helpline center for victims of drug addiction.
Freedom Global.
Kano State government says small and medium enterprises to aid poverty alleviation in the country. Sheikh Ali Yunus discusses the benefits and significance of the first 10 days of the Hijjah.
Global News.
Another foreign scene, Mali vows to defy United Nations call for peacekeepers to investigate abuses.
This is Freedom Global News.
Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 30th of June 2022, which is equivalent to the 1st of the Hijjah 1443 after Hijri. And now the news in full. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has inaugurated the first and foremost helpline center for victims of drug abuse and addiction. Chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, retired Brigadier General Buba Marwa, inaugurated the call center today in Abuja. During the inauguration, he said the provision of the toll-free helpline was a milestone in the agency's resolve to broaden access to qualified health care for drug users in the country. He said it had become a necessity and a strategic intervention in the agency's determined effort to bring under control the increasing cases of drug use disorder and related health concerns. The NDLA boss said the importance of treatment in addressing the drug challenges could not be overemphasized, especially given the magnitude of drug abuse in Nigeria. Bumaro said the agency had simplified the helpline service by making it language sensitive, whereby callers have the choice of language including English, Pidgin, Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. Then the NDLEA boss said the calls to the helpline 08001020340 opens the door to engagements with counselors, followed by service orientation that leads to case management. Kano State government said micro and small medium enterprises will help in poverty reduction as well as creating more employment opportunities in the whole country. The state governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduji stated this today when he declared open the Development Bank of Nigeria Micro and Small and Medium Enterprises Summit. Governor Ganduji, who was represented by the state head of service, who also doubles as a chief of staff, Usman Bala, urged the participants to take advantage of the summit by identifying challenges and possible solutions in the sector.
This summit is quite apt as it will stimulate a number of important discussions, including about the obstacles that medium and small-scale industries face in accessing information, especially in the area of accessing finance. I believe that the summit unlocks a huge and vast potential of financing businesses that is hitherto unknown to our business environment. We are fully aware that Kano aspirations to become a highly competitive economy will remain unfulfilled if we do not create a finance-sensitive environment.
In his remark, the Chief Executive Officer of the Development Bank, Dr. Tony Okpanachi, said the aim of the summit is to create awareness of their mandate and provide access of financing small and medium enterprises.
The TBN Regional MSME Summit was conceptualized as part of our stakeholder engagement strategy aimed at creating awareness around the TBN mandate of providing access to finance for micro, small, and medium enterprises and small corporate enterprises in Nigeria through the provision of financing and partial credit guarantees to eligible financial.
Correspondent Zara Unasu reports that the event was attended by Emir of Garai and the representatives of Emir of Orano, among other dignitaries. Moving to the sporting arena, Super Falcons, who are chasing Nigeria's 10th continental title at the 12th Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, are rooting for Amaju Melvin Pinnick to continue in office as president of the Nigeria Football Federation beyond September 2022. The elective Congress of the NFF is scheduled to hold in September, where a new healthman is expected to emerge to lead the country's football for another 4 years. Mamatan Uba has details of this and other sports updates.
The NFF president, Amajumal Bikfinik, who also doubles as both Confederation of African Football and FIFA Council member, is believed to be seeking to continue in office to see through most of the reforms he has invoked despite initially agreeing to step down after his second term. At the Senforce dinner organized for the Super Falcons in Lagos, members of the senior national women's team were unanimous in asking Pinnick to continue on the job due to the great transformation he has brought to bear in the team. In another update, the Confederation of African Football today announced the nominees for the 2022 African Player of the Year, with Nigerian and Nantes winger Moses Simon in the race for the prestigious individual award. 29 African stars have been nominated alongside Nigerian to take the total players nominated to 30. In his bid to win the Player of the Year prize, Simon has seen off competition from Premier League stars, namely Arsenal Mohamed Elneny, Chelsea goalkeeper Edward Mendy, Liverpool duo Naby Keita and Mohamed Salah, Manchester City winger Riyad Mahrez, Tottenham vs Basoma, and Leicester City's Nampalys Mendy. The 26-year-old enjoyed a great season with Nantes in the French Ligue 1, registering 6 goals and 8 assists in 30 appearances to help the club to a respectable 9th place finish. On the international stage, he was one of the star performers at the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, scoring and assisting as Nigeria defeated Sudan 3-1 in the group stage. In Don tennis, two-time Wimbledon champion Petra Vitova overcome a lead wobble to set up a third round encounter with the 4th seed Paula Badosa. The Czech had won 10 of the first 12 games and was leading 5-1 in the second set, before Romania's Anna Vodgan won 5 games in a row. Vitova eventually stemmed the flow to take it to a tie break, going on to win the match 6-1, 7-6, 7-5. Meanwhile, Spaniard Badosa beat Romania's Irina Bara 6-3, 6-2. Muhammad Sanoba, Freedom Radio.
The Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com. Welcome back. You still listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. The first 10 days of the Hijjah have been singled out, especially for great merit and excellence, like no other days in the Islamic calendar. To this end, Sunusi Shu'aib Musa discusses with Sheikh Adi Yunus, the chief imam of Usman bin Affan Mosque, on the benefits of and significance of the first 10 days of the Hijjah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have reached the month of Zulhijjah. We have seen this important 10 days of Zulhijjah. As we all know, the month of Zulhijjah is a blessed month among the months of the Islamic calendar. As we know, there are Ashhurul Hurum, the 4 important sacred months in the Islamic calendar. Zulhijjah is one of these 4 months. And also Allah Ta'ala has given us the first 10 days of Zulhijjah, whereby He favored them over all days in the whole year. As Islamic scholars mention that the saying of Allah in the Quran, wal Fajr, wal Layalin Ashir, whereby Allah Ta'ala has made an oath by the dawn and the 10 days. They say the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, Allah Ta'ala has favored these 10 days over any day in the whole year of the Islamic calendar, whereby the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned in one of the traditions that Allah Ta'ala used to double the reward for every good deed that is been done in these 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, as the Prophet says, "Ma min ayyamin al-amalu salihi fihinna ahabbu ila Allah min hadhihi al-ayyam," that there are no days during which righteous deeds are more beloved to Allah, and whereby Allah doubles the reward of this righteous deed as this in these 10 days of the beginning of the month of Zulhijjah. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam therefore recommended that we should remember Allah a lot. We should make dhikr a lot, because of Allah Ta'ala loves those that remembered Him a lot. Says that we should make a lot of tahleel, takbir and tahmid. As we have seen the importance of these 10 days, we should try our best to see that we engaged ourselves in all righteous deeds. A lot of remembrance of Allah, dhikr, fasting, giving out sadaqah, helping one another, visiting our relatives, and every act of righteous deed is recommended in these 10 days.
On history, on this day, 30th June 2019, Umar Said Tidunwata died. He served as the general manager of Freedom Radio for many years and was briefly the director of press to former Governor Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. Aisha Muhammad Aliman has more details.
Before his death, Umar Said Tidunwada was the deputy president, Nigeria Guild of Editors, NGE. He worked with the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, and Kano State-owned ARTV before moving to the House Service of Deutsche Welle, DW. He also worked with the Voice of America, VOA, Freedom Radio Nigeria, Radio Kano, Dandalkura in Maiduguri, Borno State. He served as media aide to former Kano State Governor, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, as well as Malam Ibrahim Shekarau. Late Malam Umar Said Tidunwada was the immediate past managing director of Kano State Radio Corporation and also one-time editor of Consign magazine. He also served as secretary in Nigerian Union of Journalists, Kano State chapter. Late Umar Said Tidunwada was also active on online forums such as Ra'ayi Initiatives and Dandalin Siyasa. On this day, 30th June, Umar Said Tidunwada died as a result of road accident on Sunday around Kura town in Kuru local government area of Kano State. May his soul rest in perfect peace. It has been Aisha Muhammad Eleman, Freedom Radio.
And on business, we have Muhammad Abba Abdullahi with updates.
The federal government said it has paid 74 billion naira as bridging claims to oil marketers for the transportation of petroleum products across the country in 7 months. The federal government stated this while reacting to allegations made by the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria that the scarcity of petroleum products was due to the non-payment of bridging claims. Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) had earlier held a meeting with marketers on the issue of bridging claims. The NMDPRA authority added that it wishes to reiterate that bridging payment is an ongoing process which is carried out after due verification exercise by the authority and marketers. Moving on to the price of commodities at Dawano Market in Kano, one bag of maize goes for 21,000 naira, guinea corn for 25,500 naira, and millet traded for 23,000 naira. Muhammad Abba Abdullahi, Freedom Radio.
On the foreign scene, Mali says it will defy United Nations Security Council call for it to allow freedom of movement for peacekeepers to investigate human rights abuses. The council extended a 9-year-old UN peacekeeping operation known as MINUSMA for another 12 months on Wednesday, with 13 votes in favor, while Russia and China objected to the rights mandate of the mission and abstained. Nasir Salis Zongo reports.
Mali's military took power in a 2020 coup and has cut ties with former colonial power France. As a Russian private military contractor, Wagner Group has stepped in to help with a decade-long battle against armed groups. MINUSMA said it has documented 320 rights violations by Mali's military between January and March. Refugees at Mabera refugee camp in nearby Mauritania have told newsmen that Malian soldiers have stepped up abuses in recent months, along with white soldiers believed to be Russians. Mali's United Nations Ambassador Issa Kamforu told the council that Mali is not in a position to guarantee the freedom of movement for MINUSMA's inquiries without prior agreement of the government. He noted that Mali does not intend to comply with these provisions despite them being adopted by the Security Council, adding that Mali was responsible for investigating any human rights violations. French United Nations Ambassador Nicolas de Rivière said MINUSMA must be able to get access to the areas affected in order to carry out its mandate and publish quarterly reports on human rights, and perpetrators of violation must be brought to justice. The most notable case being investigated by MINUSMA is in the town of Mora, where witnesses and rights groups say the Malian army, accompanied by white fighters, killed hundreds of civilians they suspected of being rebels. Nasir Salis Zango, Freedom Global News.
freedom, 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 freedom.